Hi, everybody. This is Elenbaas from Nightlight Astrology, and these are December's horoscopes. So today I am recording the horoscope for Aquarius for the month of December 2018. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, you should be able to see your chart on the screen now. And here's what's cooking. A lot of energy this month is coming through Sagittarius, the 11th whole sign house in your chart, making a square to, excuse my awful drawing, square to Mars and Neptune and Pisces in the second house. So that's where the energy is really constellated between 11th house, second house this month. So that's what we're going to spend our time talking about. But first, it's worth mentioning that the month begins just shortly after a Venus-Uranus opposition took place the last day of November, still in effect to start the month. Now, what does that mean? It means that the third and ninth houses are really emphasized to start the month. First and foremost, those are the houses of the mind, of learning, of speech and communication, of technology, of faith and religion and spirituality and academics. They're also places related to travel, also in some ways related to siblings, neighbors, your immediate environment, or places that are far off. So those two houses being emphasized right now very simply means that the Venus Uranus dynamic is making those topics important. That's the most basic level of interpretation. The next level up is to look and say, okay, what's Venus? Relationships, love, harmony, beauty, agreement, cleanliness, even health to a certain extent. Opposite Uranus, disruptions, challenges, shocking, unexpected events that can challenge relationships, specifically maybe around things that are mental or that involve learning or faith or beliefs or communication, things like that. But there's some changes there. There's some shock and awe that's happening there. So that's a very beautiful expression of Venus-Uranus. Can also be freedom and liberation and love and relationships, sort of going to the next level somehow. Interesting transit to start the month. Really had to take a moment to talk about it because it's so big. It tones the start of the month. And then the rest of the month, again, it's all Sagittarius and Pisces. So let me try to show you what I mean by that. All right, first of all, you'll notice that December 1st and 2nd, the sun is moving through Sagittarius, making a square to Mars in Pisces, right? Go forward a little bit more to December 7th. Whoops, here we go, December 7th. And you'll also see now that you've got a new moon coming through in Sagittarius, square to the conjunction that's happening between Mars and Neptune. All right, keep going forward a little bit more, and you'll go to a little bit later in the month, but another flurry comes through. Let me back this up so we get back to Aquarius. There we go. And you'll see now Mercury and Jupiter conjoined in Sagittarius. And then you go forward to the 24th, and you'll see Mercury going into a square with Neptune and Pisces. So all month long, these two houses and planets in Sag squaring Neptune and Mars and Pisces is really where most of the most dynamic planetary aspects are happening. So what does that mean? Well, the 11th house for you is the house. Some people think it's the house of Aquarius. It is not. The signs do not correlate with the houses in a one-to-one fashion. They have a completely different rationale behind their meaning. The traditional meaning of the 11th house, and if you don't believe me, check out the talk that I did recently on Nadia Shah's YouTube channel called on the ancient meaning of the houses. I did a talk for her. I think it's probably one of the most popular talks I've ever done recently. And a lot of people really liked it. It really gives you a lot of clarity on the houses and how they're different from the signs, but that's an aside. All right, so Sagittarius in the 11th house. Sagittarius in the 11th house, we're talking about the house of friends. We're talking about a place of allies, colleagues, benefactors, to a certain extent, groups of people, but people who share similar visions of the future, basically. And this was traditionally the 11th house was called the joy of Jupiter. It's a place that right now this month, what it means is that your social life, your social circles, friends, colleagues, etc., really the focus. The second house, of course, is a place of substance, sometimes called bios or life or substance, and related also to wealth and money and things that you own or possess, things that you earn through by your own hands or by your own making. And so the crossover between groups of people in your financial life is interesting this month. You're thinking about opportunities for growth with Jupiter in the 11th house in your social life, maybe meeting important people or people who could help you somehow financially. And that might be kind of a cool thing. On the other hand, we have the sign of Pisces in the second, Mars, Neptune. You're also thinking about sacrifices and some challenges around money or finances. You got to be really careful, basically, that you're not giving your money away this month to people who need it, who maybe are impressing upon you how important it is that you give them their money. That could be, if it's not aligned with your values, you could be easily persuaded to, let's say, give money this month to something that doesn't give anything back to you, really. So you want to be sure that you're getting if you're investing anything, make sure that there's something that comes out of it. It's not too much of a sacrifice. On the other hand, charitable organizations, compassionate or humanitarian organizations, or good causes could be indicated. Giving something to a good cause could be indicated. And, there's nothing wrong with that. On the other hand, you're also thinking about professional or business allies who could enter your life and possibly help you somehow. But again, beware of the wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing here. The other thing that you can think about is your material values and how they are matching or not matching with your social life. For example, I am friends with a bunch of people who like to do nothing but drink or smoke or do drugs, or I'm with a bunch of people who have no greater spiritual values in life. It's a good time to reevaluate your social situation and ask yourself, how am I investing my time, money, energy, and resources into people in my life? And are they the right people or not? Good things to be looking at this month. Another question between the 11th and the 2nd is which people are my best resources? And this could be a strategic or tactical thing for a business, or a business plan or something like that. So those are the big themes that I see coming up in this area, in these two areas. Again, it's pretty strong all month long. Now, there's a couple of other transits to keep our eyes on, like on December 20th. The sun will be in Sagittarius in the 11th house, making a trine to Uranus and Aries in the 3rd house. This is a kind of mental, intellectual breakthrough moment, or it could be a moment where there's this kind of surge of very inspired and action-oriented energy that's coming through friends or groups, but it's also really sort of lighting up your mind, giving you a lot of good ideas, and maybe there's some kind of intellectual breakthrough that comes with a friend or because of a group or something like that. It's a very action-oriented transit again, and one that I'm frankly pretty excited about for Aquariuses this month. But I think the one thing you want to be careful of is anything that's like really impulsive and reckless that you may regret later, because Uranus is retrograde right now. So that's December 20th. Then December 21st, 22nd, 23rd, you're going to see the sun going into your 12th house in Capricorn while there's a full moon in your 6th in Cancer. These are brief transits, but they are focused on the 6th and the 12th, where eclipses are about to happen next month for the first time. They'll be there for another year and a half, these eclipses. And that means that your 12th, 6th house is about to become very important. 6th house, 12th house times in life are transitional periods that involve difficulty. Because it's hard to let go of things, because it's hard to start new things, there's a liminal space when you're in a transitional time of life. And those transitional times involve tough choices. They involve letting go of things. They involve toughing it out as you're starting something. These are 6th house, 12th house motifs. So just kind of being aware of those closer to the end of the year. The eclipse next month will really start focusing on those topics. Stay tuned, because we will look at that eclipse in depth next month. All right, that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. I hope that you have a very beautiful end of the year. Happy holidays. I will see you again in 2019. Oh my gosh. All right. Take care. Bye.